Hello everybody, HuskerzGBR, Rich here, bringing you another how-to video, and this one is a subscriber requested one. And this video is going to be on how to brake on a motorcycle, or how to slow your motorcycle down. So first and foremost, there are 3 ways that you can do that. First and foremost, there's your front brake, which is the lever on the right side of your handlebars. Then you also have your rear brake, which is the pedal on the right peg of the motorcycle. And then the third thing you can do is engine braking. And what engine braking is you shift down a gear and let out the clutch as a way to slow down your bike. And I can show you an example of it here. So I'm going 33. See how my speed dropped pretty quickly there by shifting from third to second? That's an engine brake, and it actually slows you down quite good. If you are a beginner, just try to focus on your 2 levers, so your front brake lever and your rear brake pedal. The reason for that is it just makes things a lot more simple. It's one less thing to worry about, and I think that I just think you'll have better luck that way personally. But nonetheless, when it comes to braking for a motorcycle, there's just a couple things really I think you need to know. First and foremost is do not panic when you're braking. That may sound kind of weird, but what I mean by that is, you know, on motorcycles we often have to avoid accidents or be ready to react to different people. People pull out in front of us. You cannot panic and just grab your front brake, just pull the lever very hard, or even, you know, slam down on your rear brake. If you grab your front brake too hard, you're going to do an endo, or the back end of the bike's going to lift up, and that's never good because you're either going to A, flip over the bike, B, not stop fast enough, or C, lose control and veer off and hit a tree or something, and nobody wants that to happen. If you slam on your rear brake pedal, it's going to lock up your rear, and that does not slow you down that fast at all, because when you're braking, all the weight is on the front of the bike. So your rear tire has hardly any pressure on it. That's why it's so easy for it to lock up, and that is why you don't slow down that fast if you lock your rear tire and just grab a crap ton of rear brake. So keep that in mind, is do not panic. Second thing I want to talk about is you never, ever, 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 ever touch the brakes while you are turning a motorcycle. You should do all of your braking or slow down to appropriate speed before you get to a corner. You want to either, when you're in a corner, you can stay constant on the throttle or actually increase your throttle slowly throughout the corner. That doesn't mean just gas it and have your rear end slide out or anything like that, or try to make the rear tire start spinning and do a burnout. That just means, you know, if you enter a corner at 30 miles an hour, by the time you exit the corner, you should be doing, let's say, like 35, maybe 36 miles an hour. So just a slow increase throughout the corner. And the reason why is because that puts pressure on the rear tire, which has more contact area and therefore more traction. So you want to actually be giving your bike a little bit of throttle. But anyways, that's the other thing, is you cannot touch the brakes while you're turning. And I told you, you know, why you should apply throttle, but why you don't want to brake again while you're going through a corner is because it causes either the front or the rear tire to be put under too much pressure. Like, it can't maintain traction if it's braking and cornering at the same time. So you'll either low side or have a really bad high side. And that's something that nobody wants to have happen. And what that does is I find that that's just, since my bike doesn't have anti-lock braking or anything like that, found that is just the perfect amount of rear brake in almost every situation to prevent it from locking up. So that's something to keep in mind too. You might have to experiment around a little bit in a parking lot. It's not the end of the world if you ever lock up your rear tire. It's actually quite easy to control if that happens, but it's just something that you need to be aware of and you need to be warned of. So that's really it, I suppose. To recap this video, there's 3 ways to slow down your bike. You have your front brake, your rear brake, and you can engine brake. If you're a beginner, just use your front brake and your rear brake. If you are more intermediate to advanced rider, go ahead and use the engine braking method if you so choose. So just keep that in mind. Those 2 things right there is don't panic and don't apply the brakes while you're cornering. And if you can do those 2 things, that's really all you need to worry about. And again, just keep in mind that you get most of your braking power from your front brake, about 60 to 70%, the rest from your rear, and then you can also engine brake if you're a little bit more advanced rider. And normally, just to give you an example, when I'm on my bike and trying to slow down, normally I just grab, I'd say, a medium amount of front brake, nothing too hard, you know, just a nice, I definitely can tell that I'm slowing down, my weight shifts forward, but I'm not doing an endo, my rear tire's not coming up off the ground at all or anything like that. And then I just cover the rear brake with my foot. Thank you for watching so much. Go ahead and leave the video a thumbs up if you haven't done already, or go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done that. This has been HuskerzGBR, and I will see all you later in the next video. Take care.